All right, let's be real. Have you ever had that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you know you have to give some bad news to a stakeholder? You're worried it's going to blow up the whole relationship, right? Well, in this explainer, we are unlocking a really powerful, hands-on method to get through those exact kinds of tough conversations and maybe even come out with a stronger partnership on the other side.
I mean, this is the classic leadership problem, isn't it? How on earth do you tell someone something they really don't want to hear? Like, hey, that project's delayed, or sorry, we have to cut the budget, without totally wrecking all the trust you've built up. It's like walking a tightrope, and today, we're going to learn how to do it without falling off. You know, it's easy to think communication is just talking. But when it comes to stakeholders, it is so much more than that. It's really this complex, delicate dance. You're balancing all these different needs, trying to figure out what people really want, and dealing with all sorts of personalities. So let's break down some of the biggest hurdles you're going to face.
Yeah, these are the kinds of things that literally keep leaders up at night. You're stuck in the middle, right? One stakeholder wants all these cool new features, but your team's looking at you like, we have a budget. Or you're the one who has to break the news about a delay. It feels like you're constantly juggling, just trying to keep everyone happy while making sure the project doesn't go off the rails. And let's be clear, the stakes here are incredibly high. Get it wrong, and you're looking at miscommunication, broken trust, projects that just die. But get it right, that's where you find real, genuine influence. So the big question is, how do you make sure you're heading down the right path?
Okay, think about it like this. You can't learn how to swim just by reading a book, right? You actually have to get in the water. Well, it's the exact same thing with these high-stakes conversations. The real key is to get out of the textbook and step into what we can call an interactive arena. This is a space where you get to apply everything hands-on. And at the very core of this whole method is the simulation exercise. So forget about boring lectures. This is way more like an interactive lab. You're actively role-playing, you're thrown into realistic business scenarios, and you're learning by doing. You have to make decisions under pressure, not just sit there and listen.
So what's it actually like inside one of these simulations? What does it feel like? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the exact kinds of real-world challenges you'd be asked to handle. Okay, picture this. Your #1 goal is to stick to the budget and hit that super important deadline. Simple enough, right? But your stakeholder, they're dreaming bigger. They want to expand the scope, add a bunch of new features. See the problem? Your goals are clashing head-on. So how do you move forward without turning it into an all-out war? That's exactly what you get to practice.
All right, now let's crank up the pressure a bit. Let's talk about another classic challenge, delivering bad news. I mean, negotiating goals is one thing, but dealing with the emotional fallout when things don't go according to plan, that's a whole different level.
Just imagine for a second. You have to walk into a room, look someone in the eye, and say those words. How do you even say that? What's your tone of voice going to be, and what do you do when they react? See, the simulation puts you right smack in the middle of that moment, but in a safe place where you can actually figure it all out.
But here's the thing. Practice by itself isn't enough. Practice without feedback is just doing the same thing over and over. The real growth, the magic, happens during the refinement process. This is where you take that raw action and polish it into a real skill, and it's all because of this really smart guided feedback loop.
And this feedback is focused on 3 main things. First up is your tone. Did you come across as confident or kind of shaky? Were you collaborative or did it feel more like a fight? Second, clarity. Was your message super clear and easy to understand, or was it, filled with a bunch of corporate jargon? And finally, adaptability. This is a big one. Did you actually read the room and adjust your approach, or did you just plow ahead with your script even when it was obvious it wasn't working? So this all leads to what is basically the engine for getting better. It's a simple 4-step cycle. First, you jump into a scenario. Step 2, right after, you get specific feedback. And it's not just about what you did wrong, it's also about what you did right and why it worked. Then, step 3, that feedback gets turned into personalized coaching, giving you a new tool or a fresh idea. And finally, you take that, you refine your approach, and you're ready to go again. It's this loop, doing it over and over, that builds that communication muscle memory.
So, what does all this practice, all this refinement, actually lead to? Well, it leads to a really clear outcome, a total transformation in how you communicate, how you lead, and how you influence people.
The whole point is that you walk away with real, tangible skills. You're going to feel way more confident walking into those tough conversations. You'll be able to communicate with precision, no more fumbling for words. You'll actually learn how to lead with empathy, to really get where the other person is coming from. And when you put all that together, that's when you get genuine influence.
Because at the end of the day,
Great communication isn't just about getting information from your brain to someone else's. That's just transmitting data. The real goal, the highest level, is all about connection and impact.
And this really brings it all home. The aim isn't just to have a good meeting or a single impactful conversation. It's about being relationship-driven, thinking about the long game. You're not just trying to finish one project, you're building a foundation of trust that's going to support every single conversation you have after that. That is what mastery looks like.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about. Just take a second and think, what's one important conversation you have coming up, maybe at work, maybe at home? What one conversation could have a totally different, way better outcome if you went into it not just trying to talk, but trying to truly connect?